A lot of great statistics on 17. French Aliyah is number one Aliyah. Not coincidental that the horrors that are going on there, and Hashem will make sure everyone gets home one way or another. Hopefully it'll be from peaceful ways, but sometimes it needs to give people a little bit of a nudge. But whatever is going on in God's mind, Lamais, the Jews are coming home. 300,000 Jews from France came over the years. Okay, Ukraine also, no surprise there, page 18. Jumping down in Pesach in 1 week, 130,000 tourists. The whole Ezra period. Ezra, how many people came with Ezra? How many? 42,000. In a few days, you have 130,000. You got one day in the Beguin Airport, 40, 50,000 people coming in. New wave of inspired by fallen soldiers. The soldier died in the war, the Americans that died in the war, so you think all the American youngsters are not going to come? No, that's it. We see what Mesiras Nefesh is. And Chas v'Shalom, don't compare that to ISIS. Well, all around the world, they're coming to join ISIS also. What Mesiras Nefesh? The whole goal is just to kill people and behead them. Here, they're not going to kill anyone, these soldiers are making aliyah. They just want to defend the Jewish people. Sahal, Tzvah Haganah, Tzvah Haganah Yisrael. That's what they're coming to do. Oh, Chas never compare. Rav Lau, he can't speak enough about Rav Lau, and he's there speaking B'nai Menashe. Okay, unbelievable story, the B'nai Menashe, how from, lost tribes, who knows where they come from exactly, but it's also, they're coming home. Page 20. So that's regarding the physical growth. That's the physical growth of Israel in the Kibbutz Galiot. And then you have agriculture, which is the other part, the two sons of the Gula, the Gemara Sanhedrin that talks about the Kibbutz Galiot Jews coming home, and, of course, fertility of the land. So it talks about the land of milk and honey, that we are, our cows produce the most milk per cow in the world. Enjoy your next cup of milk. Okay? Finances, in terms of the financial growth. It used to be that Jaffa oranges was a great industry. So 60 years ago, if you invested in Jaffa, it was probably a good investment. Maybe you still might get some money back. A few hundred shekel, 1,000 shekel, I don't know. But we're talking of billions of dollars these days. It's different. And that's how you have to finance a major country. These are big, big bucks. The gas that we found, which is amazing. Who knows? God has His plans, but it could be that it was mamash bracha not to find it for 60 years, because it forced us to be so creative and so independent-minded, without natural source of resources. Of course, the Arab world, they have that. There's nothing going on there. There's no what's it called? The patents over there. Just nothing. You don't have the creativity. We're forced to be creative. And now that we developed a creative society, then God throws us His bracha as well. But that's just speculation on my part. Anyway, we're down to billions and billions of dollars, and we are now supplying Egypt with oil. You get weirder than that, but that's it. God has His ways, okay? All great, unbelievable business deals that are going down with us in China, us in Japan, us in the diamond market. Just amazing, amazing stuff. The bottom of 21, affirmative action, room from the government for the Haredim to help get them more involved in the workforce, okay? You can have those once again. You're going to end it's all your lens. Oh, you just want to get them out of learning because you hate... Doesn't speak to me. Maybe they just want to help them financially to be on their feet and be independent. Maybe that's another possibility. Okay? Then in page 22, you have into the tech boom, we're trying a Haredi program that will help them in the high-tech world. And you have a picture of the guy Nisim Chazan. He had Clean Cities winner of the Haredi startup competition. Then on the bottom of 22, science and technology, all the amazing chidushim in science and technology in Israel. And if you look at page 23, in the middle, G, 3,550 Israeli patents were registered in 2014, 21% increase from 2013. Then you have all the medical, not all, some of the medical achievements in page 23. Okay, so just bracha after bracha after bracha, as long as you have your mind open. Or La Goyim, okay, or La Goyim on page 24, where it says that what? Let's just quote one line, okay? I put it in a little bit of a funny way, but hopefully you enjoy it. Countries that have been smart enough to call upon Israel's help. And it gives a list of different countries that take our help in high-tech, in drought, and other things like that, okay? China, South Korea, Rwanda, you name it. Page 25, international relationships. If we're going to be involved in building up a country, we have to have relations with the world. And we've become very, very close with Japan, which of course is an economic powerhouse. And we became very, very close with them. And once again, I give Bibi tremendous credit for building up this multi-billion-dollar relationship with Japan. It's amazing stuff. Okay, and then, just money. in Ein Kemach Ein Torah. If that's with your family, Ein Kemach Ein Torah. So Medina, Ein Kemach Ein Torah. You need to go ahead and be working on all these things. Okay? Our connection with America, which is a bit shaky these days. Not with America, I shouldn't say, it's more with Obama. It seems like he's created a bit of a wedge, but we still, Baruch Hashem, Senate called us a major strategic partner, which is not just a name, there's ramifications for that as well. Tzal, of course, another crucial part of our country. Tzal, some of the great innovations involved in Tzal, page 26. Okay, and then in 27, okay, so these are all, we saw this, the spiritual bracha in Eretz Yisrael, we see the physical bracha, the physical is the financial, the kibbutz galiyot is the tzahal, and now you have first time, in page 27, first time Haredi policemen in operational positions. And they're making sure that they have units where they're not with women, where they have mahadran food, that's the standard. To me, you see that's positive stuff. And once again, it's, I don't accept negative. I accept negative as a reality. It is some negative. We have to deal with the negative, but it's not all that way. Far, far from it. The cup is very, very much more than half full. Haredim are listening into the Air Force. Okay, Germany approves 5th special submarine, the top submarines in the world, nuclear capability and degrees. We are getting from whom? Germany. It's certain things just beyond human understanding. 28, Netanyahu, unlike Megillah days, Jews could defend themselves now. That's a picture of Netanyahu next to Barakat, the mayor of Yerushalayim, in the great synagogue, listening to the Megillah reading. And he says, yeah, they're still after us. Iran is after us. Persia was after us. One difference is that with God's help, at least we can try to defend ourselves now, which of course is true, and that's he feels the weight of the Jewish people on his shoulders. And 29 talks also more facts and figures about Tzal and the Haredi involvement in Tzal as well. Okay, once again, everyone was saying, oh my gosh, you see the new government 2 years ago, you're just going to rip apart all yeshivas, close yeshivas down. So that wasn't their goal. The goal was that certain people are not really learning that much and see if we can try to help them and help everyone out. And that was the goal. And you can argue and debate the whole point. Was it done in the right way, this and that? But the yeshivas are still going strong. And you also have some Haredim who really weren't doing that much in the yeshivas. They have a place where they can be more productive as well. Okay, IDF enrollment shoots up 29, 30. Okay, continuing with the Tzal, that always takes up a lot of place on the annual Drasha, because without Tzal, we're done. Simple as that. And Siyata Deshmai, obviously, a true friend in India. Yahalon, Defense Minister Rugi, great man, in my opinion. So you're working close with India. Okay, with they have the number one, they have the biggest defense customer, India. Interesting fact. Page 30, or the bottom, all the wonderful statistics about Eretz Yisrael, okay, in terms of the high-tech world, and so many things that the world is used, they don't realize it came from us. Okay, Rav Avineh 31, criticizing with wisdom. There is no one that does it like Rav Avineh. He could go ahead. So the Satmar Rebbe in the States said some horrible things, in my opinion, about the 3 boys, the reason they died, because they were living where? Over the Green Line. And that is just horrible, okay? And at the time, right, if they died, it's just off. And so Rav Avineh gives it to him, but he just read the way he writes. He doesn't make him to a nothing, you're a loser, you're so bad, you're not chorus. Doesn't any of those words. Just boom, boom, boom. Criticism, yashkar for your work, for all your holy work that you do building up the Jews and South the community in America, blah, blah, blah. But let me just tell you where you're off. Which is good healthy criticism, and that's what he always is. He'll appreciate everyone. He'll see the godless in everyone, even that when he is harif with his criticism as well. Okay? Now look at 32b. What is this in the world of the Haredim national religious? He says, listen, the Haredim is always Chadash Hashem and Torah, always afraid to do something new, because they want to focus on Torah and building the Torah, building the Torah. He says, yes, Rav Kook was also afraid of Chadash. But if you approach Chadash in the right way, using the Masorah and dealing with new situations, you might have to sometimes step out of the cocoon. But he's explaining the Haredi approach. He's respectfully arguing. That's a God Almighty. That's Rav Avineh. Classic Rav Avineh. You can argue and respect without that chorus and the kofar, any of those labels. Okay? Who won the Israeli elections? Now Rav Avineh lost. Because who did Rav Avineh support? Yachad. Right? He supported Yachad, so he lost. So who won? Everyone won. The whole nation won. We're a great nation. Each party wants to help out. Each party wants to do something good. And no one party has a monopoly. And we're all working together. It's just I mean, that really is. It's not like, oh, he's doing that because he lost, he's trying to save face. It's Rav Aviner. Beautiful, beautiful person, okay? And then just to make a full circle, we built the Medina up, and it came from the wildest group of people, from tribe that didn't got too far with it. The Herzls and those had much more success, and it was confusing where it's all going to go to. And we've seen the bracha, we see where everything is going and where it's heading. And now, just to finish off with Gomle Chasadim, you see the Pintalid at work. The Jew, and I know when I say Pintalid, I mean the Rav Lichtenstein Pintalid. It's a conscious shita. What we've done over here, that there's Shimon Peres with special needs, and took it all. The Akim organization, what they're doing for special needs, and the army, and the workforce, it's just incredible. And yes, I purposely put Shimon Peres in. How many of us love his book, The New Mideast? Imagine nobody in the room, okay? Well, he has his plans and goals and dreams about the Mideast. And he's into peace. Somehow we're going to make peace with the Arabs. Maybe he's right one day, I don't know. But Lamaisa, I don't think he's so realistic now. And Oslo was because of him, and therefore what? Nuclear weapons in Israel, the Mona, is because of who? Shimon Peres, Nikuda. The Israeli Air Force, building our own planes, is because of whom? Shimon Peres, Nikuda. You know how many things he's done for this country? He's lived and breathed the country since it was before it was born. Yeah, but I know he was involved in with the battle with the Irgun. Okay, so I'm going to argue with many things he did. You're not going to see the godless of this person. As I argue with him, the same way Rabbi there. He's involved in the chesed, building up Hakim, and what else? And we'll just finish off. So it's just a lot of beautiful things about the chesed in Israel that's going on. And now we'll finish off with one beautiful story, okay? We'll finish off on page 35. Just talk about the chesed that was going on. You have all the spiritual growth here, the physical, the financial, agricultural growth, and the chesed as well. So it says, H, sometimes the most amazing acts of kindness result from terrible situations. Once the story is in southern Ofakim, city of Ofakim, where the person according to Ofakim Police Department's website, police received a disturbance. Okay. One story unfolded in the small city of Ofakim. According to Ofakim Police Department's website, police received a disturbance call due to loud noise. After receiving the call, which reported continuous loud shouting, Officer Orit Sikol rushed over to the apartment with a local volunteer, fearing it would be a situation involving domestic abuse. Upon arriving on the scene, Sikol discovered the noise was coming from television that had been turned up the volume. Officer interviewed the family in order to make certain everything was all right. During the conversation, discovered the family were new immigrants to the country, did not speak Hebrew well. Sikol continued to clarify the situation, and finally understood that the family does not have enough to eat, nor enough spare clothes. The apartment was in horrible condition, and the family only had one bed, which they all shared. Sikol decided to take matters in his own hands. Shocked at the condition the family was living in, Sikol reported his findings back to prison Ofakim and received instructions to stay with the family. This once while I began what could only discuss miraculous intervention to literally help save thousands of lives in Israel. In a different way police are used to. After a point in horrible living condition in the family, the dispatcher head of the logistics for the precinct, Simon Stenigan, organizing all the other available officers to gather items that the family was missing. Furniture, clothing, food. Even the wife of the logistics officer got involved and volunteered to help cook for the family. Intelligence officer in the nearby Netivot precinct, it's all down south, having overheard the reports on the radio, approached the officer of the precinct in a nearby town. And they too began collecting money for the new immigrants. He also posted a message asking for donations on private Facebook account, which brought in many donations all over the city. Those in the Tifo precinct took it upon themselves to refurbish the apartment for the new immigrants in Ofakim. The Ofakim precinct since adopted the family and recently visited them in order to bring them food, supplies, and to make sure that they had everything they needed for the holidays. The officer even built a sukkah for them. And this, of course, you shall not watch your brother's donkey or ox fall by the wayside and hide yourself for them. How firm are each of these officers? I don't know. Are they doing unbelievable chesed? Yes. This is our country. We have problems. There's certain parts of the glass that are not full. And we should see those parts and deal with those parts. But not to see how much of the cup is full. And the brachos in every area, in the spiritual area, in the cultural area, in the financial area. Kibbutz in front of our eyes. and not to see it, and not to feel Zeh Hayom Hashem, then you're missing the boat. You are. Baruch Hashem, this is Zeh Hayom. It's not just Zeh Hayom, Yom Haazmaut. It's every day of the year. And Yetz Hashem, we should go ahead and take this beautiful message, appreciate all of the divine benevolence that's mamash in front of our eyes, and Yetz Hashem inculcate these ideas and these vows in our next generation, our kids. We're going to make them kids who are going to really go ahead and Yetz Hashem be able to change the world and make Israel just that much a better place and bring us to Gula.